Thanks for coming to Politics and Life. I hope you're all having a blessed day. 4 more days, y'all, until Trump is back, and we are here for it. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am, because I know we are about to make America healthy again, great again, secure again. We're going to be able to be proud to be Americans again. And I am so excited that we will finally have a secure border and a man in charge that knows how to lead instead of sell out through bribes to other countries that don't have our best interests, and that person is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Anyways, we are going to react to a bill that the Democrats turned down and voted pretty much in lockstep against today, which pretty much says, sorry about that, we're going to deport illegals who have committed sex crimes against Americans or in other countries, and they are in favor of keeping these people here. That is because the Democrat Party are not for Americans. They are for illegals. They are for criminals. They are for rapists. They are for sex predators. And it is sad to say this, but it's true. If they weren't, they wouldn't have voted. They would have voted for the bill to pass because it protects Americans from these type of people, criminals, which technically, if they do come across our border illegally, that makes them a criminal. When you break the law, you are a criminal. It's that simple. Democrats protect criminals. Republicans do not. They are for the people, we the people of America. Anyways, we are going to start off with a hearing today where Jasmine Crockett, Miss Ghetto Hood Rat on the Democrat Party from Texas, is going to get stomped by a new Republican. I don't know his name, but man, does he leave her speechless, because as usual, it's all about playing these games. They just play these semantics because they want to get those gotcha moments or the little viral moment. But unfortunately, in her situation, she doesn't come across as smart. I mean, she isn't smart at all. It's actually very sad and mind-boggling that people vote for these Democrats, because a lot of these representatives that I see speak daily aren't that bright. They're actually pretty dumb, and they think you, American voters, are dumb. Anyways, please like, comment, subscribe. Road to 700 subscribers. Here we come. Let's get it started.
Foreign influence upon
Foreign
the highest.
influence.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't they be? That is something that would fall under our purview in this committee. And Mr. Chairman,
with all due respect, ma'am, you weren't concerned about $27 million of foreign influence that was laundered. Now, Ms. Stansberry, laundered, we can debate on the term of laundering. I don't think you understand what laundering means.
She doesn't.
No,
she doesn't.
This is Miss Crockett's time, and it's
I will go ahead and yield to Miss Stansberry then.
She's got 10 seconds.
All right. Well, Mr. Chairman, this is a bit absurd, but
What's absurd?
It's very clear this committee did investigate. Donald Trump did launder his
Time's
money.
expired.
Isn't it amazing that they are literally what is this? We're going on like 13 years now, still pulling the butt Trump card every day. Amazing, just amazing.
Member recognition,
and we will provide the report which you suppressed. Thank you,
Mr. Gill. Chair recognizes Mr. Gill from Texas.
Thank you. I find it rich that the other side of the aisle is suddenly concerned about corruption and ethics. Whenever President Biden just gave his son a 10-year blanket pardon for foreign influence peddling and whatever else he was doing while high on whatever drugs with whatever prostitutes. I also find it rich that all of the sudden the other side has some problem with successful businessmen being involved in politics whenever you guys are the party of George Soros, of Bill and Melinda Gates, of Sheryl Sandberg, of Mackenzie Bezos, of Taylor Swift,
and the American people in big margins didn't vote for these people. They came out, all of Hollywood, all of the elites, to support Kamala Harris, and the people didn't fall for it because they've exposed their cards. They've lied to us over and over again, and the Democrats still think till this day that Americans are stupid. Now, we can't open our eyes and see the chaos that's happened under this last 4 years under this administration. Why is that? Because they think you're stupid, when in fact it's them that are very stupid.
So many other billionaires across the country, as well as every woke, weird pervert in Hollywood. I find this incredibly disingenuous. I think the reality is that the Republican Party under President Trump has a very clear mandate from voters, and you guys don't like it because voters rejected everything you stand for and every policy that you've shoved down the American people's throats over the past 4 years, whether it's open borders, a failing economy, raging inflation, this weird woke stuff. that you guys have been shoving down our children's throats, and the voters rejected you and they welcomed.
That's what actually pisses me off the most. We got to protect the most vulnerable, the next generation, the kids. And good thing kids are waking up, it seems, in record numbers as well, because the younger generation came out in record votes for Trump. People just aren't falling for this woke DEI nonsense anymore. And we shouldn't be teaching it to kids to begin with.
Welcomed our party. So with that, I yield my time, but I find this conversation incredibly rich from the other side.
All right, guys, that's how we started the video. Now let's get into the actual topic of the video, and that is Democrats voting against a bill that would deport illegals who commit sex crimes on Americans. Just crazy that this happened. So let's see. 145 House Democrats vote against bill to deport migrants who commit sexual assault crimes. Let's see. Yay. I'm actually very happy about this. Republican Party is unified in this message, and they should be. It's common sense. We're not for criminals. We're not for illegals. We're not for pedophiles. Yeah, every single Republican voted yes to pass the bill. 145 Democrats said no. So Democrats are indeed in favor of illegals, pedophiles, groomers, rapists, sex traffickers to stay in this country if they have sex crimes or have been charged with sex crimes. That is disgusting. So now we're going to react to Nancy Mace. It's actually her bills. Nancy Mace exposed Democrats who want to protect illegals from committing sex crimes against innocent women and children. Protect women and children at all costs. 1000% stand behind that message. Most of the Democrats voted no. Let's see what she has to say.
Files molesting our children. You're darn right. That's what I'm here to do today. So I rise in strong support of my bill, H.R. 30, the Preventing Violence Against Women by Illegal Aliens Act. Under the open border policies of Joe Biden and border czar Kamala Harris and Secretary Mayorkas, aliens molesting American children, battering and bruising and beating up American women, and violently raping American women and girls. My bill makes it very clear, and if a legal alien commits a sex crime or an act of domestic violence, they are inadmissible and deportable.
They shouldn't even be here to begin with. So just off those terms of them coming across our border and breaking our federal laws, they should be deported. Now Democrats are protecting them even more. I mean, what is it going to take for these commies to wake up? And that's why you need to understand that it's all on purpose. They are doing the great replacement theory right before our eyes, which is they open the floodgate of the border, flood in all these illegals from third world countries, and try to replace the American people. Hence why our taxes fund free everything: healthcare, insurance, EBT, monthly payments, free housing. They're literally putting in preferential treatment to the top of these housing lists while we have homeless veterans and homeless Americans on the street. Why again do we pay taxes? We shouldn't pay a damn cent to taxes.
We aren't letting you into our country, and if you're already here, we are sending you back to yours. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle like to try to minimize this issue because they refuse to acknowledge the consequences that their open borders agenda is here. But the numbers don't lie. According to ICE, as of July, there were nearly 650,000 illegal aliens on the non-detained docket who are convicted criminals who have been charged with crimes. These illegal aliens freely roam our streets, committing senseless acts of violence against American women and children. This includes over 100,000 illegal aliens convicted of or charged with assault. It includes over 20,000 illegal aliens convicted of or charged with sexual assault and rape. It includes over 12,000 illegal aliens convicted of or charged with sex offenses. It includes over 3,000 illegal aliens convicted of or charged with.
What's up, Vashon? I'm about to be done after this, and then we can hop on. I just wanted to cover this because I just saw this pop up that the Democrats voted against this bill protecting illegals who are charged with sex crimes. Disgusting.
With kidnapping, and nearly 15,000 illegals convicted of or charged with murder.
Yeah, bro, I got one more. I'm free after this, so yeah, let's do it.
Is who the left are defending this morning: murderers, rapists, and pedophiles. Hundreds of thousands of criminal illegal aliens are out on our streets terrorizing our women and girls. This bill passed the House last year in September by a vote of 266 to 158. 158 Democrats voted against this bill last time. Will they apologize to American women and girls today? This bill is a vote against deporting illegal aliens who rape and abuse women and children. A vote against this bill is a vote to invite illegal aliens who rape and abuse women and children into the United States of America. I can think of nothing less American than that. It's despicable that 158 members of this body, which is supposed to represent the interests of American citizens, voted to prioritize illegal aliens who are sexual predators and domestic abusers, rapists, and pedophiles over the safety of American women and girls. Mr. Speaker, what do the 158 members of this body who voted last time to protect illegal aliens who are sexual predators have to say to the family of Jocelyn Nungare, a 12-year-old girl who was brutally raped and strangled to death by 2 illegal aliens from Venezuela? What do the 158 Democrats who voted against this bill last time have to say to the family of Rachel Morin from Maryland, a mother of 5 who was brutally raped, brutally choked, and beaten to death on a hiking trail by an illegal alien?
This kind of stuff very much infuriates me, the fact that the Democrats actually protect people like this. They will be deported soon enough. Yes, I hope day one all these people are deported. Send them back to their country. We don't need people like this in our country. We already have Americans who are barely getting by right now, living check to check. And these assholes on the left are literally putting illegals who are here illegally first before Americans.
Salvador. What do the 158 members of this body, the Democrats who bill last time, have to say to the family of Kayla Hamilton, a 20-year-old with autism who was tied up, raped, and strangled to death with a phone cord by an illegal alien who was a member of MS-13? As a survivor of both rape and domestic violence myself, I know the devastating toll, the devastating consequences of heinous crimes like these have on a woman. I know the lifelong scars, the irreversible scars these heinous crimes leave behind.
That's the end of that. I have one more video to show you guys, but the fact that the Democrats are voting for these bills, I feel like in some way that should be treason of some sort, because you swear an oath when you get elected to abide by the Constitution, and you are not protecting your own people. So if you're not protecting your own people, you broke your oath. So treason, arrested. We need to start locking these Democrats up. And I pray that Trump does this day one, because they do not have the interests of the American people at all. And it's pathetic. And it's sad. We have Americans getting attacked, killed, raped, kidnapped right now on a daily basis. I see stories coming out all across the country, not just our country, around the world. Because once Trump got cheated out of the 2020 election, it seemed like almost every liberal country opened up the floodgates and just let in all of these third world citizens. Disgusting. It is treason. You're right, Chicago conservative. After this, let's do a live, bro. I'm going to react to this guy pretty much speaking about the bill that the Democrats voted against, and that will be it for the day on this video. Let's get it started, y'all.
Today, Representative Nancy Mace proved once again what leadership looks like by passing her Preventing Violence Against Women by Illegal Aliens Act in the House of Representatives. This isn't her first victory for justice. This is the second bill she's pushed through to protect American women and children from violent, savage offenders. But here's the shocking part. Now, you better sit down and brace yourself. 145 Democrats that you voted for voted against it. They voted against a bill that simply says, if you're here illegally and you're convicted of rape, child abuse, stalking, or domestic violence, you get deported. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, America. These Democrats had a choice: to protect you, the American people, or to shield these savage criminals. And they chose the savages.
Yeah, instead, they're obsessed with talking about Trump or locking up people who are just walking around on January 6th, older women who are praying outside the Capitol, or locking up people praying outside abortion clinics, or locking up parents who are concerned about what their kids are being taught all across the country in schools. That's what they're worried about doing. They're not worried about these illegals that are committing felonies on Americans on a daily basis. They're worried about Americans. Pathetic. Pathetic excuse for a human being. The fact that they can choose illegals committing crimes over law-abiding citizens.
They chose the criminals. And these aren't hypothetical situations. These are predators, convicted rapists, child abusers, and stalkers walking our streets because Democrats like Pramila Jayapal and Jerry Nadler would rather pander to the far left than to protect innocent people. Jayapal even said the bill was fear-mongering, as if the bill didn't exclaim the fear of being raped, beaten by a violent criminal like Laken Riley is some kind of an imaginary problem like transgenderism and Tim McBride. But guess what, Jayapal? Millions of American women and children, that fear is real. It's not fear-mongering, it's just fact. And then there's that Nadler, claiming this bill scapegoats illegal immigrants. No, Nadler, it holds criminals accountable. The only people being scapegoated here are the victims of these violent crimes, the women and the children, whose safety you've just told America is not important as your...
Also, I'm going to bring up another subject. Not only are the illegals they care more for about, they're obsessed with this transgender movement, which they were also speaking about in the first clip at the beginning. They're obsessed with this trans movement. Now, not only do we have to worry about criminals and illegals all over the place, we have to worry about men who think they're women, probably a little messed up in the head, or were picked on when they were younger, or just didn't have friends, so they were confused. And now they pretty much go after these people and say, oh, you might be have gender dysphoria. And now they're allowing these people to go into women's rooms or spaces. Now we as men have to worry about the kids, the younger generation, when they're even going to the bathroom in public. We literally have no protection or rights, it seems like, or the women don't. If you are a trans dude, they just allow them to go into women's spaces regardless how they feel. And then if you say you don't feel comfortable because a man is in your safe space, then they'll call you transphobic or kick you out instead of the dude who's pretending to be a woman. We live in clown world today, and man, am I glad that Trump's coming back in 4 days so he could just get rid of all this DEI, woke, trans cult garbage. Also deport all these criminals at the same time.
Political agenda is. Nancy Mace, on the other hand, she's been...
Yes, bro. I was just talking about this with my girlfriend today, how like she was like, what if you saw someone in the bathroom with her younger daughter, a man, for example, pretending to be a woman? I don't know. I'd probably sock him or grab him by the hair and pull him out, because I think it's disgusting. I think it's pedophilia just slowly getting enabled, and they're trying to legalize it in the open until it actually happens, which we know it's happening because we hear about stories all the time of men pretending to be a woman who take advantage of women in these spaces that are supposed to be safe for women.
Relentless in her fight to put Americans first. She understands what Democrats refuse to, that the safety and security of our citizens must take precedence over everything else. She's already passed 2 bills aimed at addressing this epidemic of savage violence against American people, and she's done it while facing constant, relentless resistance from the same people who claim to care about women's rights and justice. This hypocrisy is absolutely staggering. But listen up, folks. This is what's really happening. Now, listen carefully. These Democrats, they don't care about America. They don't care about the victims of these crimes. They care about appeasing their donors. The radical left, who view open borders and lawlessness as virtues. You see what's going on in the UK and Ireland and abroad. They'll twist themselves into these knots defending criminals because to them, it's just all part of the game. But it's not a game for the victims. It's not a game for the families who've had to bury their loved ones because of these people who should have never been here in the first place. So Nancy Mace, I salute you.
Yes.
Thank you for showing up for America and showing us what real leadership looks like.
Yes.
You're standing in the gap for the people who need it most, even when it's hard, is incredible to me. To the 145 gutless Democrats who voted against this bill, the American people see you for what you are. We see elitists who care more about scoring political points than protecting American innocent lives.
Yes.
You don't stand for any justice. You don't stand for our safety. You certainly don't stand for America. You've made your priorities clear, Mr. or Mrs. Democrat. And come the next election, we're going to make ours clear.
Damn right. Damn right. I hope everyone that I know agrees. I know everyone I know agrees. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I thought that was a very important story to cover. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace.